Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us on today, and let's chop it up. Daddy, how did you feel about that interview with Tim Thomas?
The interview was good. Tim is a down to earth brother, and he's
Yes.
one of our feature speakers for Black History Month. We wrapping this up. We had a few Black History subjects. We spoke about Muhammad Ali, Farrakhan, Tim, and a couple other regular athletes. But Muhammad Ali was a focal point in the fact that he was more than an athlete. Uh, just to reflect back on our last podcast, I mentioned to you guys in one of my statements that Alex Haley, when we was talking about the Whoopi Goldberg incident, Alex Haley really didn't write that book. It was a guy, and I didn't know his name, so it bothered me. So I had to go research it, and his name is Harry Galango. He wrote the book Roots. So, and just to further go into detail, me and my daughter, we spoke about a lot of serious issues. The fact of reparations for blacks. I mean, it's just a thing. Whereas during Black History Month, there's so many X factors try to pop up. In other words, the devil, Satan, try to pop his head up and take our attention and focus away from this 28 days, which should have been 31 days for Black History. Should be a whole year. Well, it's actually every day to
Yes.
to folks like myself and others who know that we're real blacks. We are Asiatic, the original man, not a kind of a man, which is called mankind. We are Asiatic, okay? And before Africa was named Africa by some researcher getting lost sailing around like Columbus did and naming the continent of Africa Africanus, which was his last name, and call it Africa, it was called Asia. Okay, so there's so much knowledge and wisdom and understanding that we gave this month in our podcast. But I was so delighted and very moved by Tim's bio tonight and his honesty. And I play basketball. This brother here, I don't care what anyone says, he was more than a superstar to me. Okay, and I done played against a lot of players that's in pro right now or have been. They're coaching now, and he just down to earth brother. So I mean, how do you feel
I,
about
I,
this
yeah,
wrapping up Black
I
History
am
Month?
so proud of us. I think that was good, Daddy. We touched on topics that people have probably talk about in their households, but we brought it here to Rose City,
Yes, yes.
which was really great. We talked about reparations. That was our second talk on reparations, and I think maybe it drilled home this time that it's very important for where
There's a debt. They
for
gotta
yes,
pay it. They gotta
yes,
pay the debt. Pay the
yes,
bill.
yes.
Hold yourself accountable. Article 15, you know the history, you know the story. Pay what you owe.
Yeah,
And until you pay what you owe, the calamity's still coming down. The viruses, the diseases. It's written in the Holy Bible. It's written in the Quran. All of these things is going to keep happening to America. Now we talking about this Putin guy.
yeah, that
I
too.
mean,
We'll touch on the war.
we don't have
I think
time.
on our
Yeah.
next segment
Yeah,
because we don't have time
We don't have
today.
time to go
But
into it.
we do want to focus on what the audience should have learned from us discussing all the topics in regards to Black history. Please, let's just try to stick together. Let's work together as in human decency for all populations of people,
Yes.
especially the minorities, to understand the focus on Black people and to be on our sides as well as we fight for rights for everyone else. Let others help fight
And
for rights for us.
and I want to interject this. You are entitled to your opinion.
Yes.
And when a certain group of people try to chastise you for your opinion, you know something is mentally wrong with them. Like they said, that their elevator is out, they're missing a few floors upstairs. Their spirit being inside of them is not in harmony and tune with our Creator God. So you are entitled to your opinion, and don't let anyone chastise you for your opinions. So this is what we try to give off on this platform. Voice your opinion. Please come to me if you feel something I'm saying is wrong, and I can show you. We can have dialogue about it, and we can talk about it and hash these things out, our differences, so we can live in harmony together. So the bottom line is we want the real news delivered. This main media, you know I always get you. You still doing the same old things. You're blowing up images and false teachings to the masses of people out here, and for one reason, and that's for a material gain, which is called money. And that money you can't take with you. Now, the United States, we do get involved in a lot of business that isn't ours, but guess what? That's our own fault too, because we don't manufacture nothing. It's all about oil with the Putin guy, but like my daughter said, we're going to get into that next week.
Yeah,
but there's so much information I got about that too. So.
Yeah, and I think with all that being said, let's just focus on Tim again. I think Tim is from our hometown, which is Paterson, New Jersey.
Did you see what he was
and
saying?
He helps all youth. He didn't just focus on the boys that I thought he just
too,
the players. He also did the Sparks as well, and those are two big AAU teams in Paterson. If you're from Paterson, New Jersey, or you know of AAU teams that travel, you have seen the Sparks and you have seen the players. So I really appreciate his insight, his words of wisdom that he dropped. His new name, King Tim Thomas. That was cute. And then it's a Junior King Thomas.
I know how you feel.
And his children and his wife.
And
they have love
you guys
for 25
still can give him
years.
a belated shout-out birthday. He just had a birthday. I ain't going to scream his age out, but he just had a birthday this past weekend.
Yes. So it was really delightful to hear from him and to see a great person like that come out of Paterson, New Jersey. So it's not where you're from. It's where you want to be. I think that's what he was trying to push, is that you have to make sure that whatever your goal is and whatever your God-given talent is, because that's a God-given talent for him, because he said it just felt normal and easy once he learned what sports was, because his first talent was baseball, right? So
which I didn't even know.
Yeah, baseball was his real love, but he was naturally given the talent to play basketball, and that's sometimes in life, that's what we go through. And we see different things and we like certain things, but our God-given talent will push us in.
And you notice, Samir,
that was pretty cool.
And the audience, you notice he did not talk about the enviousness, the jealousness, the haters. He bypassed that altogether. Yeah. So that tells you something more about his character. Yes.
And
he don't brag, humble. And he gave my organization a donation as well, Nooney's Gang, for kids 11 to 15. So, when a person don't talk about the haters and the enviousness and the jealousness of others, that person is walking in line with God. A lot of people say they're walking in line with God, but they're really not, because he understands who fights his battles. He don't have to fight them haters, those jealous people, those envious people. And you seen how he spoke about his moms and his wife, and he have siblings also. Yes. He spoke about, a person like that. Come on, man.
Very humble.
I am so glad, and I'm happy with myself, pat myself on the back, and my daughter, that we had him on tonight, so he could reflect.
Yes.
So
he's all self-driven. He's self-driven, so he doesn't have time to think about anyone else. When you're trying to focus on yourself, no one else matters, because you have a path forward of what you want to accomplish, and that's what he did, and that's what he continues to do, as well as him expanding his family, and also just cherishing his years with his wife and his other children. So it's really amazing.
And the news gets out regardless. Yeah. Like, he didn't want to brag about himself, but you see what I said, and it's true. And I got evidence and facts to support everything I say. Because I don't want you to come, no, you said this. Hey, say what you want. I have facts and evidence of everything I say. So, we hope you guys enjoyed it. Yes. We hope you had fun. The next topic going to be in 3 weeks. We'll mention a little about this. Well, if we're not in war by then, but
Start stocking your food.
but that's the open one. I think that's the open issue. Next 3 weeks. So
We'll be back on Let's Chop It Up. Thank you all for tuning in, and we appreciate you. Thanks.
thank you guys. Comment, subscribe. Thank you, Rose City.
Yes.
Thank you, my fans. Peace.